Managers and supervisors. All right, in this segment, what I want to cover is a challenge that managers have in really being really good managers. Okay, how can I keep the runaround from happening that we just discussed in segment number 2? How do I keep, in other words, how do I make sure that the triangulation that we just discussed here does not happen to me, all right, as a manager? And if you know, as any manager that I've met with and my own experiences is that everyone goes around each other. The triangulation that I just drew up on the board is very common across the entire landscape of the workforce. The supervisors go talk to other executives. The executives talk around us. The managers are not aligned. So the question really becomes is, what can I do as a manager? All right. Well, the first thing to realize is that, and this is, you're probably not going to like it, okay? But I have to speak frankly and to help you. Hopefully you come to this show because I'll be very direct and be very practical and no, I won't hold back on what needs to be said. So I'll tell you, okay? The primary reason why triangulation that I wrote on the board, why triangulation happens is because executives aren't confident that the managers are going to get things organized, okay? They don't feel that if we get a team and we go talk to the IT department and tell them that we want to have this new module or this new equipment implemented for the front office, that somehow the IT department managers are not going to be able to go talk to the front desk department managers and have a conversation between them and involve others and organize this project unless us, the executives, unless we have to get involved and we have to rein everybody in and we have to organize everybody and we have to make sure everyone is on the same page, okay? Sadly to say, most executives don't want to get out of the weeds like that because they tend to want to control things, all right? But the managers kind of sit back and go, well, hey, what can we do? I mean, Maurice, if you knew my executives, man, we can't get them out of the wheel, out of the front, the driving wheel. We can't get them out of the front seat. They're the captains, they're the co-pilots, they're everything, and they want to control everything. Well, and that's true. That's very hard. That's oftentimes years and years and years of habits. But it really boils down to is what we have found to be true is that if and when the managers do agree and decide that we're going to step up and we're going to get organized and learn how to get organized, then we are going to be able to help the executives back off. But there has to be an agreement. It doesn't just happen. It's not like the executives say, well, wow, everybody seems to be getting along, so therefore we're going to get out of stuff. That's it. I wish it was that easy, okay? What really needs to happen is a tough set of conversations, which is what Team Real World helps you facilitate, and bring everybody in the same room, all the executives first and then the managers, and realize that we have to talk about this and say, all right, so we're gonna start doing this with a new set of projects, and we're going to set up a new set of projects for the next 3 to 6 months, and we're going to handle this differently. The executives are going to be on the same page, and we're going to roll out to the different managers the projects that there should be quarterbacking, and we're going to learn as executives on how to take the lead and let the managers organize. But then managers, this is where you have to step up. You have to step up and be organized, okay? So a good way to look at it is here. Let me show you on the screen, okay? This is what's called the alignment model, okay? In the alignment model, you have 3 layers. You have the executives, you have the managers, and you have the frontliners. Now, in different companies, they have different names and different titles, and so the front lines are sometimes referred to as the crews, and that's fine. So these 3 levels have to stay aligned, and it is the responsibility of the managers to keep everybody on the same page. And that, bottom line, is where the breakdown happens. Remember this, the triangulation that we've talked about earlier from the executives is a byproduct of their not being organization at the middle management level. So managers, your responsibility is to help the executives regularly talk about goals and outcomes, and your role is to organize things. Okay, that's your role. Okay, the role of the frontliners is to implement solutions, take care of problems, customer service, and then be able to bring up problems and solutions up the chain of command back to you managers so that you can do air traffic controlling, decision making on who should be handling these projects, who should be handling the solutions. Should this be a project, a process that is taken care of by the frontliners, or by the middle managers, or by the executives? And you have to keep the executives very well aligned and reported to. Okay, so what's often lost in this is an understanding of what the roles are. Okay, so let me draw them out on the screen. Okay, I mean on the whiteboard, so you can see it better. The three circles are these: the executives, the middle managers, and the frontliners. Okay, and managers, your responsibility, okay, as a management team, is to organize things. Okay, but organize what? Well, that's when you have to meet with the executives on a regular basis and agree what are the goals of the organization and what are the projects that we want to organize. Okay, and be able to have regular, ongoing, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly discussions with your executives about what the goals and the projects are. Now, the executives should be able to go into these meetings, and they should be able to come out of those meetings with an assignment. And that assignment is, all right, we're going to tackle these two projects, okay? And these two projects have the goal of being able to raise, I'm just going to give an example, of raising certain percentage growth in our New Orleans area. And the second project is for us to be able to open up a new office in, let's say, the Beaumont area within the next 4 to 8 months. Okay, so the executives speak in terms of the outcomes that they want to see happen, and they should be able to say this to the managers. They should be able to say, all right, guys, we'd like for you guys, now that you hear what it is we're trying to do, we would like for you guys to get together and organize a game plan of how you recommend that we should do this. And the executives should be able to get out of that conversation and have the managers, the corresponding managers, every manager? No. Every department? No. It depends on the project, okay? But you should be able to say, okay, this manager, and this manager, the three of you are the ones that are going to be responsible for this because it fits into your wheelhouse. We need you to take the next 2 to 3 weeks and come up with a draft game plan on how we're going to tackle and how we're going to implement Project 1 and Project 2. And within those 3 weeks, we want to see you guys put together a game plan. Well, if you're smart managers, you know you have a 3-week deadline. You should be able to update them after week 1, after week 2, and after week 3. All right, this is where you get started. Managers, we'll cover the rest of the cycle a lot later, but this is where the initial breakdown happens. If executives can have the confidence that they can talk in this manner to managers, and managers can receive those decisions, those goals, those outcomes, and organize themselves to then come back and put together a game plan, then you can start the conversation between the executives and the managers. And you should be able to see, after doing this type of style, after 2, 3, 4 months, that this triangulation should go away. It's not a guarantee, but you should be able to have the conversation that if you guys get organized, you guys don't jump in until we've presented to you the game plan, and together we'll figure out what that final game plan is. Then we'll implement through the crews and the frontliners. All right, I hope this was helpful. This was we'll cover much more on the alignment model in further shows, but that's a great place to start. It's a really important thing to recognize the roles of the executives in presenting the goals and the objectives, and the managers being able to say, all right, we got it. We'll to get together. We'll come back to you and update you in the next couple of weeks. We'll have a game plan for you and show your leadership that you can get organized. That encourages executives that they should not get involved into the minutia and just wait for the game plans to be formulated. Executives, your role is not to go around that and instead be patient that you've given them a deadline and then hold them accountable to present that deadline back.